By the way, that color, that is enchilada red. Yeah, that's enchilada red. Beautiful color. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we just left the man-made portion. We are now in the San Antonio River. You know, the San Antonio River is like a horseshoe. We're on top of this horseshoe. We're going to go through a flood prevention channel, and we're going to make our way back. But if you look over to my left, though, this is the Hilton Palacio del Rio Palace on the river. You see, this is the fastest hotel built. Oh, here's how they did it, though. The first 4 stories of the foundation for this hotel, it was built here at this location. And from the 5 stories on up, they're all cubicle boxes, all built just 8 miles south of San Antonio, like an assembly line, which means they're prefabricated. Wow, they already have the linens over there, the top and the racks. That is so nice. They brought these rooms on trailer beds and they started stacking them one on top of the other. This is known as modular construction. And that's what they built in a world record of 202 working days. That was just 2 days before the World Fair opened in 1968. I like to think of it as it's awesome. Now this location that we're coming up to now, this is La Villita. It means little village. You know, the early 1700s, Spanish soldiers lived here. Oh, they protect the 5 missions that we have here. Now it's a historical district of shopping and dining. For example, on my left we have Fuel. It's a pizza place, really good. In front of us is Plus Haus, it's a German place. And we also have Texas River Bar, which is a barbecue place, if you're interested. But during the day, up on the street level, there are several blocks of shopping and dining up there as well. Now, ladies and gentlemen, they also have an open-air theater, the Artisan River Theater. Coming up on my left, grass seating for 300 people. On my right, there was a beautiful stage where they performed. You might have seen this stage in a movie. You guys remember? Miss Congeniality. Sandra Bullock was here during the swimsuit portion of the movie. But also on the stage, we have 5 bells. And wow, these 5 bells represent the 5 missions of San Antonio. The most famous of the 5, that's the Alamo. But would you believe that the Alamo is not its real name? The real name of the Alamo is San Antonio de Valero. But Alamo means cottonwood in Spanish. Well, there was a lot of cottonwood near the Alamo. So that's where it's picked up its nickname. Oh, we have some beautiful Christmas lights here. But in front of us, we have a sculpture that depicts a vaquero or cowboy. Well, he's hurting some longhorn into the Schwarzenegger. Therefore, behind the sculpture is the Briscoe Schwarzenegger. Now, the building, though, was built back in 1930. From 1930 to 1968, this was the San Antonio Public Library. Now it's the Briscoe Schwarzenegger. By the way, Mr. Briscoe was the governor of Texas during the 1960s. He did a lot for San Antonio farmers, or the farmers around Texas. Excuse me. Now this bridge we're about to go under, this is an old style bridge. It's called the Rosetta Truss Bridge. You know, there's only 10 of these bridges in the whole United States. 5 of them are here in San Antonio. And would you believe this bridge was brought all the way from Berlin, Connecticut? It's a beautiful little bridge. They don't make them like this anymore. And we do maintain this little bridge. They love it here in San Antonio. But coming up on my right, there's a little island. This little island is known as Marriage Island because there are many weddings that are performed here. It's shaped as a heart, averaging over 300 weddings per year. Legend has it, if you have your wedding performed here, it's going to bring your marriage to life. And yeah, I got married here. During the time of COVID, it was hard to find a place. My wife did it here. Friends and family on the street level. 6 feet apart, but we did it. She's happy. Now we're going through the tunnel of love. So if you have a significant other, now's the time to give him or her a kiss. You can even hug your brother and sister. All you need in the world is love. Now this is known as Old Mills Crossing. You know, in the early 1800s, Nat Lewis had a grits mill. If you've never seen his grits mill, you can find one on YouTube. And basically, the power of the river here would turn two huge stones against each other and then convert grain into flour for 5 years, way back then. You know, with flour, you can make tacos. What tacos? Can I have Taco Tuesday? All right, so if you look over to my left, we're looking at the Tower Life building, built back in 1929 by Mr. Smith and Young. Now, Mr. Smith and Young were superstitious people. If you look at the two top levels, you'll see stone gargoyles coming out of the building. This is part of a neo-Gothic design. Now, besides the neo-Gothic design, look at the first floor, just above the first set of windows. We're looking at these ugly faces. These are called grotesque faces, and well, they represent the 7 deadly sins. They wrap around the whole building. They were put there to ward off bad business and evil spirits. But guess what? It didn't work. Back in 1929, the